Welcome back, Saints Nation. We're here for some League of Legends gameplay tonight. We're starting off in the NECC Legends Division. It's going to be St. Clair Saints up against Converse University. I'm joined by Theo the Holy Juan and my best friend Gabe here, G Scales. And we're here to commentate, hopefully, 3 games of League of Legends, some good quality content for you guys.
Yep. I'm excited for the matchup. Converse is quite a good team, along with St. Clair, so they should be clashing heads, and it should be quite a matchup to watch. What do you think we'll see in the draft here from the Saints?
Well, from the start, we see the Jarvan first pick getting locked in here. We see a lot of top bans coming out of St. Clair. For Bakery, they're looking to ban out Converse's top laner. I believe that's Surdy who is playing top.
Mm-hmm.
There's very calculated bans coming out from St. Clair, making sure that Converse doesn't get the strengths that they know and love, so that St. Clair can get the edge in the hero bans and the hero picks.
As they lock in the Zyrakon, always known to be a very strong ball lane, very solid, doesn't have many losing matchups, and Rakon's always good for engage. So
yeah, we'll have to see how St. Clair answers to this one. I imagine they're going to pick an ADC right here.
Yeah, I think they have to pick support.
Locking
ADC
in
here.
this area.
Oh, the broken champ.
They can hold support pick here, but they could just answer.
They could answer.
I would imagine seeing a Lulu or something like this is not going to happen. Chances are they'll do support engage.
Yeah, is engage support. That's the meta right now, right?
Yeah,
so
we'll see the Nautilus
the
being
Nautilus
picked up.
pick, yeah.
Big pick from St. Clair. Nautilus has a history of being very good in competitive play, especially in the support role, creating a lot of space and a lot of threat for your ADC to get those early pickoffs.
Yeah, that is true. And into the late game, Nautilus does have one of the most overloaded kits for CC. And we see an interesting pick.
Seraphine. That would be in the mid lane, wouldn't it?
I would imagine so. I don't imagine Rakan being in a solo
Yeah,
lane.
I don't think Rakan's going to be... So Seraphine picked up here for the mid lane.
A blind pick into Akashi is very ambitious, I would say.
What do you think Akashi's going to pick into the Seraphine as they ban out the LeBlanc? Because they were scared of that one sure.
If they have ideas for AP top lane, I'm looking for Irelia here.
I think, yeah, Akashi's Irelia has been deadly throughout time. We've seen it again and again, and that would be a power pick for him.
We could see another mage come in, but I really anticipate an Irelia pick.
Yeah. Well, Saints are looking to ban here. They're thinking, what do you think they will ban? What do you think they're scared of?
I mean, they're definitely banning out tops here.
They're banning
They
out
can
top
ban
lane
out
for
top
sure.
or jungle, and it's the only things that would make sense.
What tops do you think they can ban here? You think they're going to ban like a Gwen, or what do you think?
To be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised to see tank bans come out, or maybe an Olaf ban. I also wouldn't be surprised to see a Vi ban here.
Yeah,
there's the
and
Olaf,
There
but
you go.
they banned the Kassadin for Akashi.
the Kassadin ban. That's an interesting one.
That is an interesting one. As a Converse have the pick here. They want to get last pick top lane, correct? Like they want to get the counter matchup in the top lane if possible.
I mean, they see St. Clair's jungle. They have all the necessities they need to pick jungle here. It would make sense to me if they pick jungle.
Yeah.
But unless they had some kind of unbelievable counter pick like Master Yi 5 here.
Ooh.
But that would be
deadly.
crazy first season.
Xin Zhao picked up by Converse. As Akashi's hovering the Orianna pick here. Orianna into Seraphine, what do you think about that matchup?
I think that's not a horrible matchup. Orianna kind of plays to keep the other mid laner at range, keep him in check. So I think it's not the worst pick in the world, and I think it could help negate the Seraphine from getting too much value.
Yeah, it's a scaling pick. It'll scale for free, that's for sure, but the Seraphine will also get to scale for free. So
Yeah, I think there's more aggressive picks you can make here. I'm not sure if it's the Orianna that's going to be locked in here.
He's thinking.
he's thinking about it.
What other pick? Oh, there you go.
It is the Orianna, and we'll also see the Jace for St.
Jace
Clair.
in the top lane. He's usually seen in the mid lane, but he's played top this, blind into Kennen. How's that matchup?
It's actually a skill matchup, I would say. I would say this matchup is whoever plays better.
All right, so it'll be a battle of skills
I would
in the top
imagine
lane.
you would see a lot of jungle up top. There's going to be a lot of interference by the jungles on both sides here.
Well, that's the draft. St. Clair with a lot of engage with the Nautilus Jarvan, the Orianna to Peel, and the Jace for Poke. And Converse with the cannon for engage with the Rakan. That's going to be scary. They're going to need to exhaust that cannon every team fight to make sure he doesn't wipe them out. But
As long as they can keep eyes on that cannon, I think St. Clair has a very good draft for this game.
yeah, I think this Zeri is going to be hard to touch if she plays well. And yeah, looks like a good draft for St. Clair.
Yes, very interesting picks all around, and it's going to be a very, very fun matchup to watch, especially. That is a good point. There's not a big tank presence in this game.
Yeah, I mean the only real tank that we have is Nautilus, who will be pretty tanky. But the Jarvan usually goes for the Shojin Gore Drinker build, which makes him very, very tanky.
Makes him durable.
Makes him durable. Yeah, if he gets in there and he presses Gore Drinker, he's gonna stay alive for a little bit. So yeah, but other than Nautilus, no real tank. So Nautilus hits one hook, it's probably a kill onto anyone.
That is true.
Yeah, and followed up from St. Clair's picks. Looks like a lot of nonsense on their side. So good luck surviving all of that.
All right, so now we see the draft. We're gonna throw it to a quick break, and then after the break, we'll hop right into the game. Welcome back, everybody. We are now on the Rift. We are on the Rift, and we're ready for game one. So, what do you think, Ricky? What do you think what lanes should we look forward to this game?
I mean, if you ask me, I think all of the action this game should be happening in the top lane early. If they can get the Jace rolling and the Kennen behind, I think the Jace is just going to take over this game. As you can see, we're starting out with a pretty similar start from both sides, a little 5-point. Doesn't look like we're going to have any action early on in the game here.
Yeah, I don't want to flip the game level 1 and lose it, you know, so it's good to be safe. As Maddie gets a war down on the enemy red buff, so they'll know the jungler pathing for sure. But Xin Zhao might back for a sweeper and sweep that out.
Doesn't look like he's going to elect to do that.
Nope. And it's a slow start to the game, as you'd expect. There's not much to do, waiting for the minions to come out. As Zai starts with the Cole, and Zeri starts with the BF sword. Or not the BF sword, the long sword, I apologize. What do you think about that?
Well, it looks like the Zeri is playing for the early game more than the Xayah. The Xayah is looking to scale, but in this matchup, it should just always be favored for Xayah Rakan.
Yeah, Xayah Rakan known to be a very, very good lane. And the Zeri Nautilus are known to scale. I mean, it is a good trade. You'll have the prio now.
See both of the top laners burning their potion early on in the game here.
Yeah, it's fireworks. I mean, that's what we expected in the top lane. They're 1 minion off level 2 here. Look for the hook. Misses on the Rakan. It was a nice try. If that hit, that would have been a really good trade for them.
As you can see, the Xin Zhao is starting to loop back up to his golems here. I think he's going to look for the top gank after this. It looks like the Jarvan's making his way up there too, doing the blue buff now.
Yeah, both junglers are topside, getting ready for these top laners to really get into the action. Kennen has the prio, so he's a bit further up the lane. If he gets caught out here by the Jarvan, it would be very bad for him. But if Xin Zhao is here to counter gank, it would be a really big counter gank. If they can kill this Jace and get this wave under the tower. As you can see the Jace pinging for help. He's scared of the dive, he knows it's coming. It's a big dive top lane. Maddie misses EQ, but they could still get the kill on the Jarvan, maybe force out the flash, as nothing will hit and the Jarvan will walk it off. Big hook. A nice little trade out from Biscotti and Kai. But as we expected, this ball lane is going to be pretty passive. It's going to be a scaling lane. And yeah. Things are looking good so far. Mid lane is going about as expected. Both mid laners are CSing pretty well. Playing pretty passive. As Jarvan gets the top crab, going for the bot crab now.
You see the Xin Zhao took a recall off the top play, so Maddie right now is way ahead on his clear.
And they're looking for the invade here. They know he's on the Gromp here.
Doesn't look like they're going to be able to take this one down from him.
No. But they will get the double scuttle, which is a lot of vision for them, which is very good. And all the lanes are still pretty passive at the moment. Jarvan gonna look for an invade here. Can he time it? Ooh. Xin Zhao gets the smite off. But Maddie, yeah, Maddie's going deep. He's feeling greedy. He has his balling to help him. As War Trim cannot contest that jungle with the Ba Prio. It's impossible because if Nautilus hits one hook, he insta dies. So he has to let the wolves go and give them over to Maddie. Good trade at top. As the Xin Zhao is pathing top lane. Ooh, big flash from both top laners. But Kennen will get it back off. He has that TP, so he's gonna have a big advantage in lane here as Bakery Boy has to back without the TP.
You see the Jarvan He's rotating to his bot camps, but the Xin Zhao is now in
Looking
his
for the
top
dive.
side.
Oh, I think if that hit, he would have went and died. I think that's a very high chance of what would have happened. But Kennen is back with the TP. If Xin Zhao can stop this back, it could be a dive angle, but he decides to back off.
I don't like how this Xin Zhao is going about the game because he's getting starved right now out of his own jungle, and he's not able to accomplish anything on the other side.
Yeah, for sure. At the top lane, they just slowly top lane. Especially that last one. One that is very, if there are any,
Yeah, as Surdy on the cannon is up 10 CS in a skill matchup, so he's playing it well. But he has gotten a bit more help from the Xin Zhao.
Now we see the Xin Zhao entering the top side of Maddie's jungle here. Just looking to get vision. Doesn't want to take any camps. We might see Maddie go for a bot gank here through lane.
We could. The Dragon's also up. If they get a lot of this wave to crash, they could maybe even move over to the Dragon, look for an early fight. They do have the mid prio, and it looks like that's the play. They're going to go over to the Dragon, and it's going to be free as Xin Zhao's going to move up to the top crab. Maybe look for a top gank with a Kennen ult, which is possible.
There is potential they could look for a dive here on Bakery Boy.
And they have to do something. They can't just give the Dragon for free. As the Xin Zhao is rotating towards the top lane, the Saints will take the first Dragon, which is pretty early Dragon. As it's a good trade by Bakery Boy. Gets the Kennen ult out. The Xin Zhao flashes, hits it. It's going to be a 1-for-1, but first blood for the Xin Zhao. As he lives, the tower shot didn't hit him. Very well played. Very well played. I guess they played it absolutely perfectly. Timed the turret shots so nobody would die. They get first blood.
Bakery's going to have a very hard time when he comes back to lane because his wave is going to be pushing back towards Surdy.
He has the Cole on the Jace. What do you think about that purchase? I haven't seen that too often. I have to be honest.
I think if you go Doran's and Call, you're kind of just delaying your spikes too much. Like, you have to get tier, you have to get, you know, a lot of components before you're actually strong on this champion. So maybe this Cole purchase was not the best.
And now that he's behind, it's going to make this lane absolutely unplayable. It's going to be super hard for him to ever walk up. It's going to need the Jarvan to help him out.
Looks like St. Clair's making a move on the Rift Herald here.
Yeah, they moved their whole team up. It's going to be a free Rift, but how much are they going to lose bot? The Xin Zhao is heading towards the bot tower as well, for some reason. I mean, the Rift Herald is worth 320 gold when it gets the plates, which is a lot of gold. So even losing a couple of plates for the Rift Herald is not the end of the day, but they do lose a couple, one wave, and they get back to it. And now I think the Jarvan is going to look to place this Rift bot. What do you think, Ricky?
You know, it could go mid. Mid is never a bad call. If they can get some money on Akashi, I think that's always a good thing.
I agree. Akashi on the scaling, Orianna, you know, 10 CS per minute. Last hitting perfectly. He's going to be very strong later into this game.
So if you notice, Seraphine is matching his CS pretty well here.
Yeah, and I mean, this lane's going about as expected. You know, they're both just chilling, last hitting minions, getting fed. And, I mean, they're both going to be powerhouses in these team fights. Their ults are game-changing ults. One big ult and it's a team wipe. So we'll see what they can get done.
As the CS lead in the top lane now grows to 25, so we're going to have Surdy here with a big advantage coming into the mid game.
Saints are down on gold, but the one thing they do have going for them is they do have the Dragon, as there's a big trade in the top lane. There's one Kennen Q, good flash by Bakery Boy, hits the Q, but now Kennen does have the flash advantage. And Bakery is gonna have, Boy is gonna have to TP back to lane, and if the Xin Zhao goes for the gank here and they kill him here, it's gonna be brutal.
I think it's hard to dive with Kennen's HP this low.
I agree, but if the Xin Zhao tanks into Kennen ult, no flash on the Jace, they can one-shot him.
I'd just like to see the Xin Zhao take the camp and leave.
Yeah, I think that's what he's gonna do. But they are rotating up towards him. He walked over a ward as he realizes that. But Jace is here. And the Kennen decides to stay. They're TPing up for this play. Big Orianna ult. They managed to get the kill on the Xin Zhao. Now they're gonna chase down. They got the Seraphine TP out as well. Beautiful play by Akashi there. The ult to lock him down and they get the kill. Very big for this game.
Very nice getting that kill on Akashi. Getting him rolling is always a good sign. You can assure a lead will not go to waste if he gets it.
Yeah, Akashi known to be, one of the star players on the St. Clair College roster, and when he gets a gold lead, he doesn't let it go. So we'll see what he's going to be able to get done with that first blood here, or with that first kill for this team.
Oh, we're frozen on our end. Looks like we have a pause here.
Now we're back
Here we
in.
go.
Alright, as the bot lane, they're just farming up. The ADs want to get fed, like always, but sometimes you just have farming lanes where you don't fight at all, and this is one of those lanes. More of a team fighting ball lane for both ball lanes.
And on the side of St. Clair, you can see that the CS leads are starting to...
Oh, big hook!
Oh, big hook coming in.
Their Rakan's just gonna get away. Yeah, it's so hard to get a kill in this lane with the Rakan E, the Rakan W.
So we do see the Jarvan coming down here. We could see an engage coming out.
Yeah. They do still have the Rift Herald, as they need to use it before the plates go down.
We're going to have the Xin Zhao coming down, but they have Ori rotating first here.
Ori still has no R as of right now, but she will have it in about 10 to 20 seconds.
Looks like we're going to get the Herald out of Maddie here.
Just trying to get some plates over to the Zeri, as Zeri can carry games very easily when she's
Looks like
very
we're going to have
fed.
Xin Zhao coming in here. Big engage coming out.
Good
TP
hook
coming
by
in.
Boschetti. That's a big cannon ult. As Nautilus gets the knockup, but it looks like it's going to be a 2-for-0 for Converse University. Beautiful teleport there by the cannon.
Yeah, Surdy reading that play really well. Sees the angle, comes in with the TP.
As Maddie goes on the Seraphine here, they have the Orianna ult. They find it. The Seraphine flashes away as they get the kill. Nice kill by Maddie. But now Xin Zhao looks to chase down Orianna. Orianna looks like she's going to go down. Flashes away. Still alive. Still alive. They find the Orianna. Flash is coming out from absolutely everybody. And at the end of the day, it's a 3-4-1 for Converse University. And
all at the same time. Jace is getting back into the game here. He's collecting plates, collecting farm. He's almost even now in farm.
yeah, but as the hook lands. Oh, it's going to be a big trade here from Bakery Boy. Might be able to get the kill here. Kennen has no ult.
Has flash.
Nice flash by Kennen. Survives. As the Saints will somehow get a dragon out of that fight.
Find some way to gain with the Baker Boy at top lane.
Turret plating will fall soon.
Considering it was a 1-for-3 play, and the fact that they got the dragon is actually insane.
Right now we're sitting about even, yeah. I mean, you can see Converse has about an 800 gold lead, but St. Clair with the two dragons, they have the win con for Ocean Soul. We're going to see that dragon coming up in about 4.5 minutes here.
And Ocean Soul, it's pretty strong, Ocean Soul.
Some say it's the best, some say it's the second best, but Mountain Drag is also very important. It's the best
Yeah.
dragon you can get.
I agree. Let's get a trade out in the top lane here. Lands the Q, as that does a lot of damage now. With the Proto Belt, that's a lot of damage.
We're going to have Rift Herald coming up here in the next 15 seconds. It looks like we're going to have 4v4 in the top side. Actually, we have Zeri rotating
Yeah,
too.
we have
It's
Zeri
5 for
rotating.
St. Clair, as we see the Xayah still on bot lane for Converse.
But Converse are deciding to take the position in the river in the 4v5 here. I think they're going to have to just give this Rift.
I definitely like trading money onto the Xayah, but I don't know how good it is to trade Rift here. Because they're going to save this Rift for next Dragon, and if they get Prio on next Dragon, they have a win con very easily in their grasp.
Yeah. Well, I would say St. Clair's macro has been pretty good this game. They've got both Dragons, both Rift Heralds so far. Other than that one TP bot lane by the Cannon, they've played pretty well so far. As Akashi's looking for a solo kill here on the Xayah. Can he get it? Lands the ultimate. Xayah has her ultimate, so he needs to be careful. He's playing very cocky. He's not scared of the Xayah as that's massive damage. She's 1 HP and he's gonna take it down with one auto. Nice play as the Kennen ult in the top lane goes down to the Nautilus. Huge plays by St. Clair.
St. Clair coming out on top all across the map here. Very good pickups as they even up the kills here on the board.
I mean, we'll have to see a replay on what happened top because I don't really know what happened top. But bot lane, Akashi with the solo kill, playing with confidence. You love to see it.
You know, it was closer than it looked like it was going to be. I saw the Xayah feathers come back in. I was like, oh my goodness, is he really going to turn it? But no, Akashi picks up the solo there.
And he has the two level lead as well, which is the main reason why he won that. If not for that, he probably would have went down.
Saints are going to pick up this top tower here.
Very big pickup. Very smart from St. Clair, especially with the Nautilus coming to top to help Bakery Boy pick up that
Looks like they want to dive the Xayah here potentially, knowing that she does not have ulti right now. We're going to see the Jarvan going around. Oh, this guy's in trouble.
He's in big trouble.
He's in trouble. Maddie slams it down on him.
Just need a hook here from Nautilus and that. Oh,
Maddie goes down.
goes down. The Xayah's still alive.
TP gets cancelled.
As Converse look like they're gonna survive here. It's a good pick for them. Now the rest of the team is rotating up and Saints have to run here. Oh, good dodge sidestep by Akashi.
I think Saints can play this fight out.
They could.
They stay together.
Very well. They still have Orianna ult. Oh, big Orianna ult. Nice flash by Circuit,
TP
but they both go down.
Saints.
And Xin Zhao is gonna go down here as well. Can he get the Orianna back? Flashes on her. She flashed away, and it's a huge team play win for St. Clair.
Very nice from the boys coming out there. And it looked a little bit sketchy at the first bit there, but then they managed to get the Rift Herald crash, which canceled the TP from Kennen. And Akashi plays it wonderfully. He gets the two-man ult, flash from the Seraphine, flashes right into his ult. And they end up cleaning up this fight very nicely.
And that's a big swing now. That's a very big swing.
Yeah, especially for Akashi in the mid lane, giving him those picks. It's gonna make him very powerful going into these next fights.
As Zeri picks up the static Shiv first item, what do you think about that one?
Looks like the Shiv, it's a standard purchase for Zeri. She's going to look to build the Infinity Edge next. Maybe a Runance Hurricane coming in after. So we see Bakery potentially getting caught out here.
He doesn't have any help. He flashes
Have
out.
to flash
Good
away.
flash.
He needs to flash because the dragon's up in 23 seconds. They have the mid prio. They want to give vision as much as possible.
Although we see St. Clair rotating up the top lane here. It looks
lane.
like they want to trade money for this dragon.
I don't hate it. It's not the worst.
I mean, as of right now, they are uncontested by Converse.
I mean, Converse aren't on the dragon either. They're looking for the fight here, I think. There's some trading in the mid lane. They want to get the mid prio to get the dragon, and I think Converse made a really big mistake by not taking it there. St. Clair's gonna move up now and try and fight for this dragon.
It's going to be 4v5 still for Converse
For a good
here.
while. Akashi has no TP.
Looks like St. Clair doesn't want to fight this.
I don't think they should. Converse has all their ultimates. Akashi's still pushing the top tier 3. And no one from Converse is backing. He might take this whole tier 3 here.
I think this tier 3 is not going down because he doesn't have vision.
That was a smart recall.
As Kennen's gonna be ball lane, matched by the Jace. I think Jace has done pretty well to get himself back in the game a little bit, so he's able to keep up with the Kennen after such a bad start.
Yeah, for sure doing a lot better now.
Yeah, especially help from the Nautilus makes it a lot easier of a time to get back and not have the level lead be too enormous.
Yeah, I mean, the Kennen has teleport. We see maybe a dive mid. No, they get away, but they get a tier 1.
Xin Zhao looking for a play on Jace in the bot lane here.
But they won't find anything. The one thing is that the Kennen has been teleporting to team fights this whole game while Jace has just stayed in side lane. That's the reason why he's getting back into this game. As we see Orianna going top lane to match the Xayah. Maybe gonna look for another solo kill. The Xayah is scared now.
I think Alistar has learned his lesson.
Yeah.
Definitely not going to mess around with the Orianna anymore.
Yeah, that Q is very deadly from the Orianna.
I think Akashi's backing for a second item here. And Saints are ahead by a good amount. They might look for a Baron start, maybe turn off it if they get enough vision.
Yeah, they have 2 items on both their carries now, and the Jace has 2 items very close to, there it is. There's the Manamune upgrade.
If they started in the next maybe 30 seconds, Kennen still doesn't have teleport, and Jace does. But Kennen's about to have his teleport with the ult. They just need to make sure there are no flank wards for the Kennen to TP to, like right there. As we see, there's a lot of flank wards.
For sure, that's what Converse is looking for here.
St. Clair need to clear out that vision because that's those are 2 dangerous wards, very dangerous wards. As they're looking for a pick maybe mid here.
Potentially look for
The
a
Seraphine
Jarvan
walks
ulti
in.
on the Seraphine here.
As they don't pull the trigger. But the Kennen is heading top. They want to maybe dive this Orianna. Kennen's going through the tower. Flash ulti as they use 3 ultimates to kill Akashi, but the cleanup's coming in for St. Clair as it's absolutely winning. Beautiful play by St. Clair as they kill 3, and this should be a free Baron.
Yeah, that was a very
That was a hectic fight.
yeah.
Big combo coming out of Maddie there.
Converse just said, Akashi's giving us too much trouble. We're throwing all our ults, all our flashes. We're killing Akashi. And they did. But at the cost of a Baron and 3 kills. And now the game is blown wide open.
As we see St. Clair coming in with an almost 7,000 gold lead now.
Wow.
They're going to look to redeploy on the map and take as much from Converse as they can with this Baron.
Yeah. And now the Zeri has the IE. All Saints are sitting on 2 items except for Busquetti. And I think any team fight now is winning.
I believe so. They still have to worry about the Kennen flank.
Of course.
Seraphine ulti's not really online yet. She's only 1.5 items. The Xayah's got items, but she hasn't been able to find any value in these fights.
Yeah, it just feels like they're making plays without the Xayah, then they die and the Xayah can't do anything. That's what it feels like has been happening. They either one shot or they get one shot.
Yeah, especially these 2v1s. They over-ult, they overuse their abilities, and then they get caught out by the rest of St. Clair.
As Kennen's gonna push for that top tier 1, as St. Clair takes the mid tier 2. They're gonna look for this bot tier 2 as there's a big 3-man shockwave. Ults coming up from everyone. And
Maddie's going to go down.
Maddie goes down surprisingly. Wow. Well played by Converse. That was a huge ult by Akashi, but they weren't able to follow up. The Xayah ult was too much to walk through. The feathers were too scary.
Seraphine ulti also getting a lot of value this fight.
Yeah. So as we said, St. Clair are up a lot, but a couple plays like that here and there, good timed ultimates by Converse, and this game could be even.
Yeah, those Converse ultimates are very dangerous. As you can see, St. Clair wanted to be aggressive in that fight, but they couldn't be, sadly. So it bounced back right onto them and lost them the kill instead.
I think we're talking about how big of a lead St. Clair have, but this Xayah is not that far, like she's not far behind at all. She does a lot of damage if she can get it off.
Yeah, I believe where you're going to see the gold lead is in the mid lane and in the support and in the top lane role right now.
Yeah.
Looks
But-
like Maddie's have sitting on around the same gold as the Zinzao.
A little bit more. Has the Spear Shojin, so it's getting a bit stronger at the moment.
Yeah, Zinzao will be back in for his here, surely.
The Saints get a 3rd dragon for free as they're gonna have Soul Point in 5 minutes. That's gonna be a big team fight.
Although now you start to question whether or not it was worth trading a tier 2 for that 3rd dragon, as this would be soul for St. Clair.
Yeah, and it would be a very big pickup as, you know, the Elder spawns in 5 minutes. If you're ahead, winning with Elder makes the game very easy. Well, now they will have 5 minutes until that Ocean Soul spawns, and it will be a big fight. If they can keep their lead, that's a fight they'll want to take.
Yeah, these next couple team fights are gonna decide what's gonna happen in the later half of this match, especially with Akashi. They have to keep grouped, or else, and they can't get caught out, or else it can go south very fast.
Bakery Boy is at 3 items now. That Jace is gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot, especially into a comp with no tank. If one thing gets hit, that's gonna be a good chunk.
So he's got to be careful here. They're looking to make a play on Eric here.
So they're gonna go with the proto belt probably. Oh, they didn't look for it, as he has flash, so it would have been a dangerous play.
So St. Clair looking to turn this play on its head here.
Is there a TP? Seraphine's TPing behind us. Bakery Bay lives on 1 HP. They get
nice
2
though.
picks. They try to flash on him, but the body blocked by Boschetti. Very well played, and Saints are gonna get 3 kills for themselves here. As Akashi gets his 4th kill of the game right there.
Huge ult coming out of Boschetti there. Came in
Absolutely.
just in time to save Bakery from the cannon and the Bracon diving on him. Very clutch ult coming out from Boschetti.
Yeah, it feels like Converse are just getting desperate. They're looking for these quick, easy picks, and they're not getting them. They're overcommitting and then getting run down. It's happened a couple times now, and it's not looking good.
We see St. Clair pushing into the base on all ends here. You got mid wave, they've got bot wave, they've got top wave in.
Yeah.
Get a hook out of
big
Boschetti.
Zion ult, Seraphine ult, as the Zeri is free hitting huge Orianna ult. And they're gonna take down 2. They might look to end the game here, or get at least 3 inhibitors.
I think they're looking for the inhibitors here.
I think 30 seconds on Zaya, it's very possible to end here.
It's hard. They have a good wave clear on the enemy team here.
That is true. They still have the cannon ult as
Baron
well.
coming up in 1 minute and 15. If they can take all 3 inhibs, I think this game's as good as sealed.
Play
They're
it
going to look
safe.
to back out here and then just reset on the map, take the Baron, and the game should just be over from there. As St. Clair with now 11,000 almost gold lead.
I mean, it started off a bit shaky, but Saints have been dominating. After maybe that one little misstep in bot play, they've been absolutely dominating as Bakery Boy almost one-shots the cannon. No cannon ulti for this Baron fight is going to be massive as Boschetti flashes in. Gets the cannon flash off. And that's just very well played. Cannon, no flash, no ult for the Baron. They can't contest it.
Yeah, St. Clair not being greedy, very smart. As they go get this Baron now, and then it should be wraps after that. But let's see.
Akashi is level 16 with 3 items and a stopwatch. This Orianna is absolutely massive. One ultimate land on anyone, 1 shot.
Yeah, especially matched up with like a Jace Q, that's big damage.
Big damage. The Saints are just getting vision for the Baron. I think they know it's going to be pretty free. Converse can't walk up anywhere because their base will explode. And yeah, they're going to go to the Baron probably right now. Take it for free.
St. Clair has all the vision set up in the world here on the top side of the jungle. It'd be a miracle for Wartrim to get anywhere close to this.
Yeah, I don't think anywhere he goes, he's just going to get hooked if he tries to get anywhere near this Baron and die. So they have to give it Converse.
Converse needs to fight. They need to pull a fight as soon as they get an angle. Otherwise, St. Clair is just going to march the minions in, and the game's as good as done.
Yeah, Converse needs to not hesitate. Like how they went on that top lane to kill Akashi, they need to have the same mentality as in, okay, we need to go in here, otherwise the game's lost. And they need to find a big engage.
Converse has done that in the past, and it's just caused them nothing but team kills on their entire team, as you can see.
You see the Baron minions starting to stack up here in Converse's base, and St. Clair looking to end this game here. Boschetti with the engage.
Akashi gets
Jarvan going in.
As a big stopwatch goes off. And
Jarvan, big knock up on the backside of the fight. Looks like he's going down under the towers here. Oh, he stays alive.
Zaya gets in there, gets a kill, stopwatches. And I mean, the minions are just ending the game. And
yeah, you get Baron minions in the base, and it looks just about over. Although Wartrim making a final ditch at this fight. Nexus of Converse going ever so low. Look at these minions. They're just ravaging the base of Converse University. And there you have it. St. Clair going to be taking down game 1 in this hopefully best of 3. Potentially best of 2. We'll see.
Yes, and in very dominant fashion.
Very dominant. Alright, so we're going to throw it to break after this game, and we'll be right back with the draft for game number 2. Welcome back, everybody, as we are in draft for Game 2. We got the NECC Legend Division Game 2, St. Clair versus Converse University. Game 1 went very well for St. Clair. And before we start, I want to say we got a new addition to the broadcast. We got Rocco, also known as Rock Boom, on the cast with us. How are you feeling about Game 1, Rocco?
Game 1 went very well. They had a lot of control on the objectives. They took the first 2 Dragons, the first 2 Rift Heralds, and then they kind of took over the game from there. So with the first pick, Rakan, that looks good. Busquetti likes that pick a lot. Very comfortable for him. So we'll see what Converse wants to respond with.
What do you think about St. Clair banning out a lot of top laners early?
Surdy is a very strong player, so that's probably more towards him because they want to make sure Bakery Boy gets a good matchup into him.
As we see Converse electing to go with the Xayah this time. Another game on the Xayah. And we see the Jarvan pick up. Maddie with the instant lock of the Poppy.
And the Zeri.
So we're going to see similar champions in the bot lane. I wouldn't be too surprised to see Nautilus out of Converse.
That
here.
would be absolutely mind-blowing that we get the same champs in Game 2. But
I like the Zeri pick here though. It's a good matchup into Xayah, and it's good against the Jarvan. You could just get a good support matchup into Nautilus, and it will work. You could also flex the Poppy into support. That's a fine matchup.
And put Rakan mid.
Put Rakan where, though?
Oh, wait. They pick Rakan. Never mind. Sorry.
As you see Converse looking to ban out probably the mid lane here, I would imagine. Yeah, as we see the LeBlanc ban coming in.
I think after Game 1, they're a bit scared of Akashi.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. He had some big plays on the Orianna.
Olaf ban coming in from St. Clair. Not looking to play against that coming out of Surdy here.
I wonder if they're going to ban the Kennen again.
I can't imagine them banning Kennen here. The Jason to Kennen matchup seemed pretty good for St. Clair. I don't think they want to mess with that.
It started off rough, but he was bringing it back.
Yeah,
As we get the Orianna ban.
Kashi drawing some eyes with that pick.
So what do you think we'll see from Converse here? What do you think they'll pick up here?
For sure they're going to pick mid.
Nico!
We see the Nico being locked in.
Oh.
It's a very intense pick coming out of Converse. It could do a lot of different things.
Yeah, that champion is very strong, and as an ADC player, I hate Nico. Watch out for those minions.
Akashi's going to have counter pick here. What's good into Nico?
To be honest, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I'm not sure what the counter pick's going to be. Although we see Akali being locked in here. This is a flex.
Azir, Akali top.
Looks like the Akali is going to be going to Bakery in the top lane here, and the Azir going to be locked in for mid.
Bakery's picking some spicy picks top lane this game as we get a Yone picked up. Not picked up yet, but hovered here by Converse.
I wouldn't be surprised to see them lock this one in here.
This will definitely be a bloodier game than last
This will be a bloodbath for
the
sure.
The early game last game was a little slow, but this
we get
one,
the Yone lock in.
This one should be quick.
All right. Well, that's the draft. Who do you think won draft?
I mean, I don't see a clear winner here, to be honest. I think both drafts work differently. They both work in their own ways. Although in the jungle, I do want to highlight this Poppy and Jarvan matchup. This is a known counter matchup for Maddie. I'd like to see him sort of take initiative in this game and try to build a lead for his team here up in this counter matchup for jungle.
Poppy's also known to be good into Yone to stop the dashes.
Yep.
Ricky, how do you feel about the top lane 3v3 going into this game?
I do believe Converse has the edge here. I don't see a 3v3 going the way of St. Clair. I would like to see St. Clair play through bot this game. I think getting the dragons early is very important this game.
Yeah, bot lane is pretty versatile. It pretty much depends on who gets the first engage. Like if Nautilus lands a hook in the 3v3 and they burst with that, it'll be very hard to fight.
All right. And now that the draft is done, we will go to a quick break, and right after we'll be jumping into Game 2 between St. Clair and Converse University. Welcome back, everybody, to the NECC Legend Division matchup between St. Clair College and Converse University. St. Clair looked dominant after Game 1. Can they get it done again in Game 2?
Well, as the start, it's going to look somewhat similar to the last game. Although Matty looking to push out Ward from him and get that same ward he got last game.
As they're doing some dancing in the top lane.
You're dancing in the top lane, and bot lane, Hakai started Cull, and Zaya started Longsword 3-pot, which is kind of weird because last game,
Yeah.
it was the other way around. Hakai had the 3-pots, and Zaya had the Longsword, or had the Cull. Which honestly, in this matchup, it's honestly better to just go Cull because there's not really a lot of trading or fighting that's happening. So you're pretty much just gonna farm and get your items. You could go Dorn's Blade if you want to fight more, but it's not really needed. As Jarvan kills the ward, is gonna start on his red buff. Look to path down, help out the bot lane. Poppy is starting his Raptors. I think he's gonna be pathing up unless he wants to look for invade or something with the bot lane. But with the leash coming out from St. Clair, Converse should be able to get bot prio. And Bakery Boy doing some trading. Oh no, Buscetti's walking in here. Small little trade. Went to Converse there. That's fine though. Bakery Boy with a nice trade here.
And as you can see, this time around, Jarvan is not clearing his top 3 camps. He's looking to path down this time. And you see that the top laner for Converse got his early ward deep in the jungle of Maddie. Try to ward out any early gank potential.
Busquetti looking for a W there. Nice trade out of them. They're going to have the bot prio, which is surprising because the Xayah and Nautilus did start in lane, which seems to be a little bit of a mistake by them. I wonder if Poppy's going to look to invade into the bot side jungle. It looks like he's just going to be pathing up, which could look to kill the Leon with the health lead they have.
See Jarvan coming up to the top lane here. Maybe going to look on Bakery here. Bakery puts down the Shroud. Yone with the E. Still doesn't know the Jarvan's in the bush.
Yeah, I don't think Bakery knows.
As he
Bakery
flashes away.
Flashes away. Poppy's here to help. Gets canceled by the EQ by Jarvan. First blood to Yon. Poppy flashes away. And first blood to Converse. That is a nice play by the Yon and Jarvan there.
I think Maddie's W was down there as the Jarvan EQ'd and actually got the dash through as they're fighting in the jungle.
Yeah,
Wortram looking for the solo kill.
Flash, but he seems to be good. Yeah, I think Maddie must have used it on the camp or something.
Yeah.
Nautilus looks for a hook here
that's a big
onto
hook.
Busquetti. Into the Xayah EQ.
I have to flash out.
Here. Oh wait, yes they can.
Down.
Nice kill by Converse here. They're probably gonna look to push that out and get a recall. Akashi trading a little bit here. Jarvan just pushing out Poppy, taking out his camps. Nice little trade by Yon. Nautilus with a good little hook there. Nice little trade, but it's not really going to lead to anything. As Sakai just clears the minion wave.
At the end of this play, Jarvan was able to secure the blue buff of Maddie, and it looks like Maddie wants to trade this back on the other side of the map, but doesn't want to walk in without his bot lane having priority.
Yeah, Maddie is a little scared because Sakai has to look to recall here. Probably going to look to push out that wave and force it back. Poppy's just going to clear his Raptors and probably go to his Krugs after that with the respawn. And I wonder if they're going to look to play for this Drake. Probably not, since their bot lane is a little behind. Maybe they'll look to make a play on the Yon.
Yeah, the bot lane of Converse is going to be on the map first here, and Poppy, the St. Clair jungler, not going to be bot side right here. Although it does look like he's doubling back to
Going to the Krug.
golems here.
Yeah, so Converse is going to have Prio. Nice engage by Busquetti getting the flash on mid lane. That
That's
will
very
help.
big.
That will help, especially since Azir is about to hit 6, so no flash on Nico means they can set up a very free gank on the mid lane once Azir hits 6. And I wonder if he'll get 6 soon and they'll look to fight the dragon depending on how fast Converse will pull the dragon.
Bakery boy has to be careful here. Gets
Yeah.
Southie.
Just a short little trade by them, nothing much. Just Converse looking to crash their wave. This looks like their dragon timer. I wonder if they're going to force it here. Looks like they're going to.
Yeah, and St. Clair can't really fight this. Their waves are getting pushed in. They are a little bit behind. They're just going to have to concede this dragon.
Yeah, there's not much they can do since Akashi has not hit 6 yet. I wonder if they're going to look to set up a play soon in the top lane. Bakery Boy doesn't seem like he can do much now that, or after the first blood to Yon. He's just looking to farm up and wait for his team to help him out. Yon does
Gonna
hit
hit
6
6.
here. Doesn't look for anything though. Bot lane and mid lane just keeping the pushes.
Akashi's pinging mid lane. Looks like he wants to go for this play, but the Jarvan is shadowing the Nico. As they're going to go for it,
Reminder, no flash on the Nico here.
No
Akashi
flash.
flashes
They-
away.
They go in. Jarvan EQ's in. Jarvan has flash. Flash is on the Poppy. And it looks like they're going to get out. Oh, maybe Akashi kills here. No, he can't. Looks like a little miscommunication there from St. Clair. They didn't really combo the Nico correctly. And Jarvan was a good play by Jarvan to hover that, though. It seems like Jarvan knew that Akashi was going to look for that play since Nico had no flash. So very smart by him. And Yon is just going to crash his wave, get a nice little reset by his attack speed boots, and make his way back to lane. He is down a minion, which is surprising, but the wave is coming back into him. So that's not really much. Nautilus looking for a hook here. It's missing. Wonder if they're going to look for a little trade back. They're just going to farm and play it safe. That's why it's good to go the Cole here, because there's not really much action. They're kind of just farming.
And if you're St. Clair here, are you looking to make this play on Rift Herald? Are you looking to play this 3v3, potentially 4v4 in the top side? Or are you looking to sack and make a play bot?
I think it's pretty hard to fight the 3v3 top. The only way they can probably do that to get the Rift Herald is with their bot prio, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get that either. They'll probably try to make a play bot, but looks like they're just recalling the enemy bot lane. So I'm not entirely sure what the plan is here. Looks like both bot lanes are just resetting. I wonder if they're both going to open top.
We see the Jarvan hovering towards this Herald as Maddie is going bot side.
But he only gets a deep ward in it, which is very, very valuable.
Yeah, Zeri crashes that wave. They actually do have a timer for Rift Herald if they want to force it now.
As you can see, the Nautilus is making his way towards this Herald. Herald spawning in 15 seconds here. Surdy gonna look to push this wave in, potentially and roam down.
The key thing to know for this Rift Herald, Poppy doesn't have 6 and Jarvan does, so it looks like they're just gonna have to sack it.
As you can see, Maddie still on the bot side of the map here as Rift Herald is started up by Converse University.
But Hakai is moving up to the mid lane, so maybe they might look for a fight here. Zaya is balling. It's a winning fight if it's a 5v4, as Bakery Boy takes a pretty bad trade top lane.
Yeah, they might look for this, but I'm not even sure they win this. We'll see.
I mean, the Rift Herald's about to drop. They need to go fast if they want to contest it. They might just look for the fight.
Rakan flashes forward. Nico ults. Zir ults. Akali goes in, EQs. Akali's killing the back
Oh,
line.
3 kills for Bakery Boy.
Bakery Boy goes crazy there. Hakai is finishing off Jarvan.
Oh, he has to kill him. Hakai.
He's got fancy feet.
Finish him off. Nice. That whole time, though, Zaya was getting plates in the bot lane. But
Nice.
definitely a very good play by St. Clair to bring the game back, and a huge play by Bakery Boy. I don't know how he was able to kill all 3 of them.
I started getting worried towards the end there. I saw the Jarvan start putting the Mick Jagger on. He started doing the dodging. I thought a guy was getting a little bit too antsy with it. But no, he's able to clean it up. And a great fight coming out of St. Clair College. As you can see, that gold lead's starting to come down a little bit. Although Converse picks up the Herald here.
We say great fight. It was a 4-for-3. Zaya was staying bot, getting plates, and didn't die. Got a lot of XP, got far ahead now. And I think the fight's actually better for Converse overall, because they do have the Rift Herald.
That is true.
They did get the Rift Herald, and they did get 3 plates bot, so they could look to finish off that tower with the Rift Herald, put more gold into Zaya. And with all those plates, Zaya will be very ahead of this area.
Akali's TPing top from bot.
Holly's trying to collect the gold. He's farming pretty well for Yoan getting that first blood on the first skirmish. With Dragon's starting up soon, I wonder if St. Clair's gonna look to fight this. Yoan has the TP advantage, so it will be a 5v4 for Converse if they do fight that. I wonder if Poppy's gonna look to trade with the top lane and maybe look to dive Yona's 3 with the Azir. It looks like they're rotating up, but
I mean, if you take a look at the items here, it's just Converse all the way. They have people sitting on Mythic. Jarvan's on a Mythic. Zaya's got her first item complete, whereas you see for St. Clair, Poppy's got boots in a sheen. You know,
And a pink ward.
He's got a pink ward.
As we gotta engage.
he's in, gets the ult. Nico just flashes away.
Great flash coming out of Zav there, able to keep himself alive.
And they take ball lane turret.
Jarvan.
EQ's in. Busquetti ults W into the
Can they
Poppy.
one-shot him?
Azir killing him. Jarvan ults. Poppy flashes away. Jarvan flashes away. Akashi's going to finish him off.
No,
Can
Maddie, don't
Poppy
die.
finish him? The smite.
No, Maddie.
The
No,
EQ
no.
by Jarvan to finish off Maddie. Very greedy by Maddie there to step up.
This Jarvan is a fugitive. He's on the run. Tell you what, if he gets a shield here,
Oh,
shut down
Akashi gets
to
the shot
Akashi.
down.
That is very big. Akashi can take over the game with that. We'll
You know,
see what he can do.
we all know Busquetti wanted to take that shot down, but if he did, you know,
If he did, he would have had some question mark things, that's for sure.
I don't think only question mark picks.
Maybe the new one.
Maybe the newer ones.
Akashi has a lot of gold coming into his pocket off that. That was a 700 gold shutdown, I believe.
Huge, huge.
A lot of money. He's going to be able to back for a Mythic here eventually.
Yeah, that is massive. As Yoan is looking for another plate here in a trade.
Potentially,
Oh, big trade by him. Wow. Well done by Surdy there.
If he manages to land one ult on this Akali, it's a kill now, I think.
Yeah, Akali does have a lot of outplay potential with her kit, so
Of
we'll
course.
see if he goes for that.
I think
Maybe respecting him.
the farther this game goes, the easier it is going to be for Yone to get advantages on side. I think as the game progresses, he's going to gradually get stronger and stronger than the Akali. So hopefully we can look to see St. Clair potentially shutting down this Yone. As we see Converse starting up the dragon, almost have it down now. Maddie looking for a steal here maybe? Not going to go for it.
I would say though, St. Clair does have a stronger team fight once they all get some items, because the Poppy can really help the Azir and Zeri get a lot of DPS off, and they don't really have, the only threats they have in the team fights are the Poppy. Are the Nico and the Jarvan engage, which Poppy does very well, and Rakan can really disrupt them. So as long as Zeri and Azir can get off some DPS in these team fights, I'm sure St. Clair.
Busquetti gets caught.
Busquetti gets caught there. Poppy ults him away and lives with a little bit of health, gets the plant to heal back up.
Well, that's one ult traded for 2 ults. Not bad for either team. Probably better for Converse.
One thing I want to highlight here is the item pickup from the Jarvan.
Yeah, the cloak.
He picked up a Negatron cloak, and I'm not sure exactly what he's going to build that into. Seems like a bit of a wasted lead to me. I'm not sure why he's picking that item up, though I'm sure we'll find out soon.
I actually kind of like it. If you look at St. Clair's team, they have a lot of AP damage. Like
heavy.
Zeri is still doing a decent amount of AP damage. Not a lot, but she does a little bit. Azir and Akali are both very strong, and they're doing a lot of AP damage. So I think he just built that just to be very tanky for these next few fights.
I think you would want Hex Shrinker if you're going to build something for magic resist on Jarvan, but potentially he's going to look into the Force of Nature here. I'm not sure what else he's going to build that into.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he builds that into later. The Maw could be very strong as well. I like that.
As you can see, St. Clair starting to pick up a little bit of items. Maddie here still struggling to get a Mythic online here, but Akashi online has his Mythic. Starting to build towards that second item. As you can see, the gold lead now on the Jarvan
2K
at about
gold
almost 2,000. Pretty close to even in the mid lane, about 400 towards Akashi. 800 in the bot lane towards Mr. Alistair on the Xayah. The top lane looking even. Support, well, it's kind of indifferent. Doesn't really matter.
Akashi does have a 500 gold lead, so we'll see what he does with that.
I don't know if he needed to flash
Little
there.
minion play by Nico. Got Akashi's flash.
Zav trying for the sneaky play.
Better
I think
safe than sorry.
if
there.
Nico had her flash up there, he was dead. But Nico didn't have it. She still doesn't have it. She's about to have
We
it.
might have a fight coming here. St. Clair's looking to move in towards this river here.
We'll see how they
Poppy
play
ult.
it. Poppy looking to ult someone out. Maybe they'll engage with that. They have a big numbers advantage here. Zeri goes in, gets a lot of damage off. Azir is DPSing as well. Jarvan ults into the backline. Akashi ults.
You see Bakery coming up huge in this fight. Came off the backside and managed to assassinate.
Ooh, there goes
Xayah.
Bakery.
Follows the E on the Jarvan.
Can he clean this up?
Bakery
Not quite
boy
able to finish it up though.
is playing these team fights very well. Sakali blind pick.
Oh, that's a kill.
Oh,
Bakery.
finishes off the Nico.
Kill the
there. Wow.
Jarvan Bakery.
He's not going to be able to find the Jarvan here. But St. Clair looking to make a march down mid lane right now as they have Hakai pushing out the top side.
I think
And
they
they're
get
gonna
the tier 2 charge here.
They're not going to get the whole tower, but they are going to get the charge
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, I like how Kai went top lane there to get maximum gold there. That was really good. And like I said before, St. Clair has a very good team fight. And Hakai and Akashi were able to get a lot of DPS there. Very good Poppy ult by Maddie to give them a numbers advantage at the start of the fight. And then Busquetti with the engage started off. Gave them that awesome team fight by them. And then they were able to get the towers and take a nice... They're actually still down 400 gold here, but it looks like they have a lot of control on the map. We'll see what they can do with that. Xayah has 2 items now, so she's...
No boots.
Oh, no.
She's playing Cassiopeia, maybe.
Yeah, no boots on Xayah, which is very interesting.
I've never seen that before.
Xayah likes boots. Like, they're very strong with her. It helps you get your feathers, so very interesting build by the Xayah there.
One person I want to highlight looking forward to this next dragon fight, which I think we're going to see here in the next 45 seconds, is Bakery on this Akali. He is super far ahead of the competition right now. He's got a huge shutdown on his head, though.
It looks like Jarvan is looking for the Azir here. No flash.
Whoa, Nautilus!
Out of
Where did he
nowhere.
come from?
I don't know where this Nautilus came from, but very good play by Converse there to pick off the Akashi with no flash.
They're looking for the cross map, but they cannot find the Nico.
Yeah.
That's well done by Dinosaur Chainsaw there, coming off the rear end there.
But they are not
Found the
rotating to the
flank.
Dragon, though. They're not rotating for it.
Yeah, it looks like they're just trading topside camps and towers because they are scared of team fight. The St. Clair team fight is very strong, so
Although
getting
if-
those little picks is very nice for them.
If you notice, Converse does have 2 dragons, so it's surprising to me to see them commit to this top side instead of
That's 2
maybe
games in a row.
recalling and playing for the soul.
Both teams have done it 2 games in a row.
That is true.
Yeah, I think they don't want to risk a fight. They'd rather get some more gold on their Yon and see if he can take over.
Well, Yon with the winged moonplate is going to be building into the hull breaker here, it looks like.
Well, they're really playing for the split push, aren't they?
And there it is. He's going to be picking that up
that's
right
a
now.
Big pickup. Who do you think wins 1v1 now, the Yone or the Akali?
I think Akali's still winning on the side here. I don't see, unless he really messes up or it's 2v1, I don't see Akali losing a fight right now on side.
Yeah,
That's
she's
really
really fast.
important for St. Clair because I don't really see how Converse can play the game if it's not through side. So they're definitely going to try to get that numbers advantage to take down the Akali and get that shutdown.
It for sure has to be Akali matching the Yone, though. I don't think Azir is able to be matching Yone at this point in the game.
Yeah, Azir will just get killed because of the whole breaker, I think, very easily.
Yeah, with St. Clair getting mid-prow here, looking to get some top towers.
Yone's bot alone.
Yeah, they're just rotating the map. They don't really care about Yon right now. They just want to take all these towers that are standing gold on the map and get... They are down 2k gold, right? So they do want to get some gold back to them for the other members of the team.
Akali back to deal with the Yone.
We might have a fight coming
Oh,
in here.
as Akashi gets caught, gets
Kashi
knocked up.
Caught. Jarvan EQs.
Oh, big poppy
huge
ult.
poppy ult. As Azir EQs in, finishes off Nico. They almost got Akashi, but very well played with the escape there. An awesome ult by Maddie.
You see a
Bakery
1v1 coming
boy.
on in the bot lane.
Flash.
Get flashed by Yon. Very well played. Yon playing a little too aggressive there, not really respecting his opponent. As they take the camps, probably going to rotate back to mid-wave, just resetting here. Going to open up on the map.
Push out mid, get the Rift Herald, and we'll see what they do from that.
We have Baron coming up in 40 seconds. I think we're going to have a redeploy on mid here. Probably look to gain some vision. As we have a TP coming in to the river here, they might have spotted the Yone.
Yeah, they see the Yon. Kashi's looking. I think he's just away.
They're going to look for the Baron start here, I think.
Yeah, Kashi's just going to collect the mid-wave. Zaya's pushing out wave, so she's just going to reset.
It's a Nashor's Tooth. He's going to do a lot of damage to this Baron.
Yeah, Zir is very strong right now. Their whole team is very strong. They have 2 items on all of their carries. The Poppy finally got her mythic. Oh,
And Zaya got boots.
Zaya got the boots.
Let's go.
Looking to reset. Let's see what she buys with that as Busquetti looks onto the Nico. Just a little trade. As Azir trades the Nautilus as well. They're just kind of asserting dominance here on the map. Taking vision. Bakery Boy just clearing waves. I don't think much is going to happen over here.
Yone has been chipping down this tier 2, though. Like, it's less than a quarter health.
Yeah, it is good. It is chunks. Nice W out of Kai there. A good trade from Yon. We'll see if he can get this tower. I wonder if he can on the next
Cannon wave. The whole breaker. As Bakery Boy chooses to back, which I think is just going to give him the tower if he stays.
Yeah, St. Clair's just playing it slow right now. They're waiting for Dragon to spawn, it looks like. Just getting some more items and looking for team fights where they really shine. As Hakai is trying to stop the back. Looks like Yon is going to finish off this tier 2 tower.
Yeah, it should be going down here.
Oh, he goes for the all-in.
See Akali. He should just snap back and they should be fine. Good little trade and got the tower.
Well, now the 5v5 on Baron.
See
Yone
St.
doesn't
Clair
have
looking for a pick here on the Jarvan potentially. We got 2 people wrapping around on
That's
him.
a good flank.
Yeah, we'll see if they... Oh,
No
Jarvan
EQ
used
on the
his E.
Jarvan.
We'll
We
see
could
if they
see an
can
engage here. Maybe on the Zaya.
Flashed on the Zaya, maybe?
Nice E by Hakai.
Yeah.
There it is.
Flashing on the
engage.
Zaya.
They
Beautiful.
finish off the Zaya, looking for the Nautilus. They kill the Nautilus.
Well done. Good flank and good vision control by St. Clair. As they look to... I think they're going to start this Baron here.
But Yone is looking to end the game bot.
Yeah, Yone is doing work, but Akali should be able to deal with him.
Yone is
clear
going to
the
look for a
wave.
TP to Baron here off reset potentially.
Yeah, we'll see if Converse looks to fight this Baron.
His back got stopped.
Oh, good backstop by Bakery Boy as they stop the Jarvan here. Nico ult.
Jarvan
EQ by
not able to
Jarvan,
get in.
Doesn't connect. And they finish off Jarvan
And
with
everyone
a sliver
lives.
of health from Busquetti and Azir. Well done by them. As Yon...
I think he's dead here. Yone's dead here.
Oh,
He
he
lives.
lives with 1 HP as well.
Akali no flash now though. And he's struggling in the side lane, I think. Because the whole breaker just gives him such a huge advantage.
St. Clair did get Baron though, and with that Baron, they will be able to take over this map, and they should be able to get this dragon with the low Yone. He's gonna have to recall. They saw Xayah top. Jarvan's dead, so this should be free for them. And I wonder how they're gonna open up the map after they get this dragon.
One thing I want to point out is if you look at the Jarvan's build, you can still see this Negatron cloak just sitting here. It's not being built into anything. I think right now he should have 2 full items and he should still have an advantage, but Matty still has about the same amount of items as him.
Yeah, he might have been a little greedy with that item choice there. 'Cause now he does not have 2 items, so he's very behind. Especially when he has 4 kills. He could have taken over the game with that, but played more of a defensive and expected his carries to take over.
You see St. Clair setting up the push in mid lane here with the Baron. We're going to take this mid lane tier 2. Potentially swing up top lane here as a team and maybe collapse on this Yone.
Yeah, they finally break that tier 2 that's been 1 HP for so long.
Yeah.
As
Looks like they
Bakery
want
Boy-
this pick on the Yone here.
Yon goes in. Bakery Boy just trading a little bit. Azir chunks him out a little bit, and looks like they have to wait for the minions, so they're not going to be able to get the tower. Well done by Yon to clear the minion wave there. I think that was his idea. St. Clair is going to keep control of the jungle.
Oh, Matty!
Good hook
Gets
by
caught.
Nautilus. Blind hook. And they one-shot Maddie. Wow.
Not quite blind. Matty was sitting
On
on,
the
a ward
ward.
there.
Oh, the ward just expired. I
Right
didn't
on the
see
ward.
that. So good pick by them.
As a Nico comes out from a minion. That could have been scary.
I'm telling you, bro, these Nikos are sneaky.
Nah, they are. Wait till he's sitting on the ward bush or whatever, the ward plant.
When he gets death cap,
Oh, it's gonna be scary.
yeah, we'll see what Converse can do. Because right now, their main carriers with Nico and Xayah are pretty behind. But Yon is very ahead. But he did go for more of a split push build. And he's doing a pretty good job at that. So we'll see what they can do.
I mean, the Nico is level 12. I don't think she's going to be doing too much damage to the level 14, 16 carries of St. Clair, but the setup is always going to be there. As we have a 1v1 in the top lane.
Oh, Bakery Boy.
Big fight
chunked
coming in.
out.
No ult on Yone.
No ult. Flash by Yon. EQ
Oh,
by
he
Bakery
wins it.
Boy.
Oh!
Wow, good play by Bakery Boy with solo kill onto Surdy. Wow, and the shutdown.
Getting a solo kill into a hole breaker is not easy, so beautifully played by Bakery Boy. Perfectly timed stopwatch and just amazing.
Yeah, very good outplay there.
Able to get max value off his ult too. Wasn't able to flash it in time there with Surdy.
Yeah, Yone no flash now, that's going to be big.
As St. Clair finish off this tier 3 tower in the bot lane as they look to go into mid lane and finish off that tower as well.
And
with
top
Azir
tier 2
hitting-
as well.
With Azir hitting inhibitor, Bakery Boy on top tower,
Red team's inhibitor
just
has
clearing
been
waves,
destroyed.
taking control of the map with their lead. Very well done.
As you can see, St. Clair taking the gold lead now for the first time in a long time.
First time this game, maybe.
Yeah, they finally have a nice gold lead for them.
And Matty is now ahead of the Jarvan, even after being down 4 kills.
Not quite ahead. He's still down in gold, but up in XP
Up in
now.
XP.
It looks like everyone is ahead except except the Poppy right now, which is very good for St. Clair because Poppy's gold really doesn't matter. So.
Still a lot of gold coming out on the AD carry and the top laner from Converse, but as you can see in the mid lane, there is a 2,500 gold gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Xayah has gotten a lot of gold this game, but
3,000.
really has not shown up this game. Has not really been able to put off a lot of damage in these fights, even though she has gotten so much gold. We'll see if she can show up in the next fight.
One thing that's interesting is Yone and Akali have the exact same gold, but Akali has a 1k bounty.
Yone got all his gold from farming. If
Yeah.
you watched the Baus FFS, you would
Bausen's
know
Law.
Bausen's Law is in play here.
It is.
They both had a bounty, but Bakery Boy solo killed
That
and
is
took
true.
that bounty.
Bakery Boy's 3 items, 9
As we're going to
stacks
see
on the dark
Busquetti
seal.
potentially fall into the same trap as Matty here, but Converse going to decide against taking that engage.
Yeah, St. Clair just taking over the top lane now. They want to take over this tier 3 tower. As Akashi's going to try to deal with the Yone.
I don't like this. I don't think it should be Azir trying to fight this Yone.
This is a weird switch up, but we know Akashi has the confidence.
Yone gonna
Akashi's
cancel
one
the
shot.
ulti. Yone just gonna take him
That's
down
one shot,
like
wow.
nothing.
He might
That
get the
was
inhib here.
Very interesting trade, or very interesting swap to send the Azir to match Yone instead of Akali by St. Clair, and they get punished for it. So well done by Yone, knowing the difference
they
in
hit the
matchups.
E.
Probably gonna take the fight here.
Akali looking for Yone. Let's see if he can finish it off. Flash
Misses the
on,
ulti.
flash alt into the Q.
Yone still alive
He's
here.
1 HP, finishes him off. Well done by Bakery Boy.
If Yone hit one more Q there, that could have been really bad for Bakery Boy. But luckily he
Yeah.
missed a couple, and Bakery Boy takes him down.
Yeah, this
Jarvan
Yone is very annoying in the
in
side
trouble
lane
here,
as
getting
Poppy looks
caught
for
out here.
Jarvan Into the
Flash gonna be burned.
Rakan alt, and Jarvan flashes away, EQs away. Well done with the escape.
TP gonna be burned here by Bakery Boy.
Yeah, they're
He's
just
on the-
looking to take control of the map, it seems. As they
Bakery
might look for
walking into
something.
3.
Poppy W to cancel the EQ into the E. Nice W by Rakan, and Zeri should be able to finish him off.
Oh, Bakery Boy.
Wait, this Jarvan has been hard to kill.
No way.
Flash by Rakan for that. I don't know if that's a word flash, but
I mean,
actually, it is.
Baron's
Now
up.
they get
Baron is
Baron.
up.
Yeah, well done. So
definitely a
kill the
worth
Jarvan.
flash. Definitely a worth flash.
As you see, Bakery Boy going to keep track on the dragon here too.
He's got the 10 Dark Seal stacks. Maybe we'll see a Magi's coming out from him.
Yeah, maybe a Magi's. We'll see how they get into the backline now without the flash on Rakan and no flash on no flash on anyone on St. Clair except Poppy and Zeri. So we'll see how they finish off this game. Their siege isn't great. They have short range. They have a short range carry, and Azir's not the best tower hitter with the wave clear coming out from Nico and Zaya. They do have Baron though, so we'll see.
You can see now, Hakai, kind of the dark horse this game, kind of been a little bit quiet, but now sitting on 3.5 items, almost 4, he's going to be looking to do a huge amount of damage in this next fight.
Yeah, Zara is going to be doing so much damage. If she can get off a few Qs in these fights.
We see a flank
she will
coming
kill
in from the
everyone.
Jarvan here, potentially from the Yone as well here. I think Converse is looking to make a play
I
here.
don't think they have vision on the Yone. Yone ults. Nico.
Oh,
wow,
big combo.
4-man Nico ult.
Wow,
Jarvan
big
on
combo.
On the Azir. Azir's trying to finish off Jarvan.
Bakery Boy,
Akali
Bakery
goes
Boy.
in.
One shot to Zaya.
One shot Zaya. One shot Nautilus.
Oh, he's gonna kill them all.
Does he kill them all?
Get in there.
Goes on Yone. Stopwatch.
Help
Yone
him, guys.
has
Help
third
him.
Q, finishes him off.
Oh,
Good
no.
play by Yone to finish him off with the flash out.
Yone
Careful.
potentially
Azir's
going
looking
in
for
here.
something.
Oh, he's dead, he's
Poppy
dead,
with
he's
the
dead.
Awesome
End
E
the
to
game.
tower. Can they finish off the game here? Nico has the wave clear. They do have Baron.
I don't think Nico can clear
They have
this
20
wave.
seconds till Jarvan comes up. 15 on Nautilus.
It's over.
Yeah,
I think it's just
game
over.
Here.
Mikashi doing so much damage to the towers here.
Oh, Makashi goes in.
Blows up the
One-shots
Nico.
Nico, and that is a victory for St. Clair. Well done.
We're going to see St. Clair end this game here. And well done by the Saints, able to pick up the 2-0 victory in their first match of the NECC Legends Division, taking out Converse University in 2-0 fashion.
I mean, that game was a nail biter. That could have gone either way. A couple kills here and there, and the game could have been completely different. It was well played by Converse in the early game, clawed back well by St. Clair, and an amazing finish to the game.
Yeah, huge team fight setup
Huge
coming out of
team
Converse. I thought for sure they were going to win that fight. But then all of a sudden you see Bakery come in with the 3 items, one-shot 3 people,
Confident.
rips through everyone with the ulti, drops the E, flashes back in, man. Craziness coming
Goal
out.
difference. They had the dream fight there. Converse set up perfectly, but St. Clair just had too much gold. Very good showing for St. Clair with their first match, and Converse not looking too sharp today in the NECC Legends Division.
All right, so yeah, I mean that was a great series. St. Clair take the 2-0 to start the season with a bit of a new lineup. They look pretty strong with their lineup. You know, Akashi in the mid lane, like always, looking strong. And they were able to play around Bakery Boy on the Akali in this game, and he absolutely took over after getting that triple kill in the mid game.
Well, that for sure is putting that pick on the map, man.
Yeah, the Akali
Beware of
top.
The Akali.
Yeah, it was blind pick too.
Blind picking the Akali.
Picked it with the Yone, got first blood, but still couldn't take over. I feel like both games Surdy got a lead, but really couldn't take over, which is surprising from him.
All right. So after that, we're gonna go to a quick break, and actually, as I've been told, that's it for the broadcast today. Thank you guys for watching. I've been your host, Theo, or the Holy Juan, joined by
Eric, Ricky Lafleur Moffitt.
And Rocco Rockboom Mazza.
Thank you guys for watching. It was an exciting series of games, and follow all the socials, St. Clair, everywhere, and we'll be seeing you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.